Hello students and welcome to Saurabh's classes. My name is Ashmita. In today's class we are going to discuss certain questions based on economics. In today's class we are going to discuss two questions, and in each class we are going to discuss like this 2 to 3 questions so that you can just learn from our classes what to write and what not to write in the questions which are given. Now these are the most important questions that candidates face normally in the IAS examinations, the UPSC examinations, and all the related examinations where economics forms a compulsory portion. So let us start the class and the first question is here.
Briefly account for the slow rates of capital formation in the Indian economy during the last decade.
The various reasons for the slow rate of capital formation in India include number 1, lack of ability to save. Now, due to poverty, poor people are unable to save more than just a negligible part of their earnings. Hence, low rate of savings, which is basically leading to low rate of capital formation in the Indian economy. The second reason is lack of willingness to save. Now, in certain parts of the country, there still exists a feudal economic system. Even people who have the ability to save money are not willing to save, and they spend all their incomes on day-to-day consumption. The third reason is insufficient mobilization of savings. Like, people are not mobilizing the savings for capital formation. Most of their savings are kept in the form of gold and cash at home. So these savings are not used productively due to poor banking knowledge and also poor banking network in underdeveloped states.
Do you agree with the view that child labor in India is a socio-economic problem?
Children are the future citizens of the nation, and their adequate development is of utmost priority in our country. Unfortunately, child labor engulfs children across the world. The world is home to 1.2 billion individuals aged between the age group of 10 to 19 years. However, despite its menace in various forms, the data shows variation in prevalence of child labor across the globe, and all the statistical figures about child labor are very alarming. The 2001 National Census of India estimated total number of child labor aged between 5 to 14 to be at least 12.6 million. Small-scale and community-based studies have found estimated prevalence of 12.6 million children engaged in hazardous occupations. So many children are like hidden workers who are working in homes or maybe in the underground economy. So although the Constitution of India guarantees the free and compulsory education to children between the age of 6 to 14 years and also prohibits the employment of children younger than 14 in 18 hazardous occupations, but still child labor is prevalent in the informal sectors of the Indian economy. So what is child labor? The term child labor is often defined as work that deprives children of their childhood. Also, they are deprived of their potential as well as of their dignity, and that is harmful to physical mental development. It refers to the work that is mentally, physically, socially or morally dangerous and also harmful to children. And it also interferes with their schooling by depriving them of the opportunity to attend school, obliging them to leave school prematurely or requiring them to attempt to combine the school attendance with excessively long and heavy work. Now, what are the socio-economic consequences of child labor? Obviously, there are various consequences of child labor. First of all, what are the impacts that they have on a child? The negative impact on the physiological and psychological levels of children includes the specific concerns of child labor and its consequences on their mental health. It is worth noting that around 1/3 of the children of the developing world are failing to complete even 4 years of education. So that's quite minimum, but still they are failing to complete that. The analysis of factors leading to engagement of children in hazardous factors elucidated socio-economic factors as one of the important determinants. So we can consider poverty as one of the contributory factors in child labor. Mental well-being is less frequently researched in child labor. Now, education is a very important part of development. Children who are drawn to child labor are basically driven because of economic deprivation and lack of schooling and also engagement of family for daily needs. Studies have found low enrollment with increased rates of child employment. Schools are the platform for early intervention against child labor as it restricts their participation in manual jobs. Hurdles in this approach are economic reasons. Unless economic change is brought about, the children will not be able to attend the school. Child labor can be controlled by economic development, increasing awareness, and making education affordable across all levels, and also enforcement of anti-child labor laws. The Government of India has taken certain initiatives to control the child labor. The National Child Labor Project, that is NCLP scheme, was launched in 9 districts of high child labor endemicity in the country. Under this scheme, funds are collected to the district collectors for running special schools for child labor. Most of these schools are run by the NGOs in the district, and under this scheme, these children are provided formal or informal education along with vocational training and a stipend of rupees 100 per month. Health checkup is also done for them. Poverty is one of those important factors which contributes to this problem. Hence, enforcement alone cannot help to solve it. The government has been laying a lot of emphasis on the rehabilitation of these children and also on improving the economic conditions of their families. Many NGOs like Care India, Child Rights and You, Global March Against Child Labor, etc. have been working to eradicate child labor in India. The child labor can be stopped when knowledge is translated into legislation and action, moving good intention and ideas into protecting the health of the children. The endurance of young children is higher and they cannot protest against discrimination. So focusing on grassroots strategies to mobilize the communities against child labor and also reintegration of child laborers into their homes and schools has proven crucial to breaking the cycle of child labor. A multidisciplinary approach involving the specialists with medical, psychological and socio-anthropological level is needed to curb this evil. So that was the entire discussion for today's class. We are going to discuss more about such kind of essay type questions in our next classes.